Pasta Word.
Welcome to Pasta Word. Today we're going to make a Spanish side dish called Fideo. And we're going to cook it in the Ninja Foodi pressure cooker. We're also going to use the browning function, the air crisping lid. So that's why it's nice for the Ninja Foodi. There's other ways you can make this, but this is one quick way where we can get some good results. So we're going to use this pasta called Fideos, and this is found in this Latin section of the international food aisle. You won't find it where you usually find most of the pasta that we make Italian dishes with, but you can find it there. It's a little bit like spaghetti. It's twisted and kind of in a nest. Sometimes you find it in a box where it's actually little short pieces. So what we're going to do is toast this a little bit before we boil it in the pressure. So here's where I'm going to use the air crisping lid. I'm going to take 2 packages of the Fideo pasta, and we're going to put it in the canister of the Ninja Foodi. We're going to brush it with a little olive oil and let it start to toast with the air fryer lid. The other ingredients, so easy. I'm using a jar of salsa. I like the thick and chunky salsa. This is a mild version. You can add the one with the most seasoning that you like, or you can make your own. And I suggest make your own, but today I'm going to show you the most convenient way to make this. And then of course you can alter it as we alter it from time to time too. Rick likes the mild salsa right now, right? So make it sometimes with a little bit more spice, or we can season up the individual bowls with some extra spice. We know how to do that, right? Okay. We're going to use a 32-ounce container of bone broth for this. You can use chicken broth, your homemade vegetable stock, your homemade beef broth, whatever you like. Sometimes we keep some in the freezer, but today I'm showing you a carton because you can do it real quick this way. Alright, this is an organic bone broth, really tasty. It has some sodium in it, and since the salsa has some sodium in it and spices, I'm not going to add any salt to this dish. And then we have the most fragrant, delicious cilantro, which really makes this a delicious meal. So we're going to garnish your bowl with this at the end, and there's already cilantro in there, but you can add some fresh cilantro if you like, and I probably will. Alright, I want to take you up to the pressure cooker and we'll get started toasting the noodles. Alright, we're going to use 2 bags for this recipe. So just open them up. See it's kind of like a nest, but they fall apart, they break. Let's just get them in here, and they'll break up a little bit as we go. Now let's just get some toasty flavor going on there. We're going to take a little olive oil, just using regular olive oil, and put some in a cup and brush it around on the top. We want a little bit of a nutty flavor that comes from browning pasta. It will get soft later on as we cook it with the bone broth and the salsa, but this is one way to make sure that it has just a little bit different flavor than a regular bowl of spaghetti. Alright, now we know that the surface all has some olive oil on it. Let's just add a little bit more and get this thing crisping. On this part of the cooking, we're going to use the air crisp, and it's going to cook at 390 degrees. Let's just get it started. Alright, the Ninja, I can smell it starting to cook the olive oil. See how shiny it's getting? Let's keep it going. Smells good. I want to show you my cookbook that I'm using for this. I have a Ninja Foodi pressure cooker cookbook, and this is one of very many cookbooks available. This is called the Ultimate. There's 125 recipes in here, and one of them is the Fideo, where it explains about how people eat this with as possibly a side dish for their meal, possibly as a side dish with the taco meal or something like that. But you can eat it as a nice lunch, and here's an example of how you can garnish the dish when you're done. Just wanted to show you where I got that, and I'll put the link for the cookbook in my description. In the meantime, I made some cilantro for a garnish, and I'm going to serve it with Chipotle Tabasco sauce. That's how I like to warm it up a little bit. Let's take a look here. Alright, that's what we're looking for. Nice toasted pasta. It has a new flavor, it has a new smell. Let's get this going under pressure. Look, isn't that nice? Alright, we're going to do the easy way. Remember, a jar of salsa. This is a 15-ounce jar. Chunky. It's got peppers and onions, and has cilantro, and it has some jalapeno, onions. Oh gosh, look at that. Alright, let's take the broth of your choice. I think this is a very hearty and good broth when I don't have my own thawed out of the freezer. Get that all over. You can start to see some of the chunky vegetables, right? Beautiful. Just the right amount of liquid there. I'm going to take a little extra cilantro here that I chopped up. Some nice fresh flavor. Alright, we're going to take the pressure cooker lid now instead of the air crisping lid. And this is the beauty of the Foodi. We can do all this in one pot. Alright, now I'm going to switch to the pressure mode. It's on high pressure. Now I have to adjust the time. You won't believe this, but I want 3 minutes. Start. And we want to check to make sure that the valve is in the seal mode. And later on we'll release the pressure. Alright, the red pin will pop up when the pot has built up its pressure, and then we're going to let the pressure escape naturally for about 10 minutes before we let the rest of it out manually. Alright, we'll be back. After the pressure builds up, it'll cook for 3 minutes. Okay, as you can see, the button has popped up and it started to cook under pressure. We can hear it boiling in there, and since I only set it for a few minutes, it's almost finished cooking. We're down to 22 seconds. Alright, the cooking's done, and we're going to start to let the pressure escape naturally. So before I change the valve to let pressure out, we're going to let the pressure stay in the pot for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, Rick put some cornbread in the toaster oven with a little butter on it, and he's toasting the cornbread up to eat along with this. We left it naturally escape for almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to release the rest of the pressure by moving the valve to the vent position. How's that cornbread coming there, Rick?
It's good. It's brown.
Did you use the air fryer function?
Yep.
Ooh. See? Well, that looks nice. Alright.
Toast.
I'm going to open the pressure cooker now and see how the dish looks. Alright, all the pressure has escaped. Let's take a look in there. Wow. It looks just like the cookbook. Doesn't it look good?
Yeah.
All right, so we have some extra cilantro on the top. And we have some nice toasted noodles here. I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to serve it in a bowl. And you can see what a difference it made to toast the noodles first. They look so golden brown. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. All right, let's get this to the table and we'll sit down and taste it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know I made this with mild salsa, so
Good.
if you want to add some Tabasco, or you'd like to add some cilantro on there,
Good.
make it look pretty. Maybe not that much. Would you like some the Tabasco?
Well, let me taste it like this first. Okay.
Sure. I'm going to put a little sour cream on too.
That's good.
Tastes good?
Mm-hmm.
So not all pasta has to be Italian, right? This is a nice Spanish side dish. And it goes good with cornbread, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the cookbook they suggested eating it with tacos or something like that.
Spaghetti tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Next week.
He came up with a new dish just like that, right?
Oh. Chipotle.
Yep, Chipotle. We love it. Mm. Mm.
Can you just eat these if you want?
Mm-hmm. Wow. I like it. I like it. I recommend this recipe. You know, when I told you that I got this out of the cookbook, you know, it's hard for me not to alter things on my own, right? Too much chipotle?
Hot. No. Temperature.
Oh. Anyway, in the cookbook, they didn't suggest that you toast the noodles with the air fryer, but I did that because I know some people that have made it that way. And so I think it's a nice addition. And you actually could make this more like soup if you add more broth.
I'm ready to put sour cream right on the
Oh
spaghetti.
yeah, I like that, right on the chipotle.
Yeah. Cool it down a little.
But I think toasting the noodles was a nice step because it added a nutty flavor and it also makes them a little more delicious. We like toasted things. like the cornbread, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
I like it.
Okay. Well, we just want to show you another new recipe. So that's the pasta word for the day. Thanks for watching.
That's the word, everybody. Try it. I like it.